Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Halo semua, perkenalkan saya Titin Aprilianti dengan nomor induk mahasiswa 202910003. Saya merupakan mahasiswa program studi pendidikan bahasa Inggris Fakultas Budaya, Manajemen dan Bisnis Universitas Pendidikan Mandalika. Saat ini saya berada di semester 6 yang dimana di Undikma semester 6 saat ini sedang melaksanakan kegiatan PLP atau asistensi mengajar. Saat ini saya melaksanakan asistensi mengajar atau kegiatan PLP di SMKN 2 Mataram. Tujuan saya membuat video ini adalah untuk memenuhi tugas yang diberikan oleh Bapak Dr. Hairazi selaku dosen dari mata kuliah Teaching English as a Foreign Language. Jadi video kali ini saya akan membahas tentang strategi atau metode-metode yang bisa digunakan oleh guru dalam pengajaran bahasa Inggris, pelajaran bahasa Inggris seperti itu. Selamat menyaksikan. Well, here are the explanation before we jump into our material. As we know, teachers are the bridge of knowledge. Students who come to school with the main purpose of knowledge certainly need a teacher. This teacher figure should have the knowledge needed by their students, so that by seeing this situation, the figure of the teacher must have a trick to approach the teaching method applied to their students. So, here I would like to tell all of you about the approaches. Approaches is a set of insights that are systematically used as the basis for thinking in determining strategies, methods, and techniques in achieving predetermined goals. Approaches can also be seen as a person perspective in responding to something like that. That's the explanation about approaches. And then here we're having strategies. Strategies, according to Gerlach and Alley at 1980, said that learning strategies are ways chosen to deliver learning material in certain learning environment, which include the nature, scope, and sequence of activities that can provide learning experience to students. Strategy is divided into two, namely method, this kind like procedural, and technical, this kind of implementive that we can apply in our class while we're learning. Next, here I would like to tell all of you about several kind of methods or strategy that teacher can use at the class while they're teaching. Well, the first one, we're having grammar translation method. Grammar translation method, or we can say it like GTM, language teaching methods through analyze language rules in detail and followed by the application of knowledge of these rules for the purpose of translating client sentences and text, either from the target language to the mother tongue or instead, just something like that. So that the GTM. So here, GTM has the features. The first one is emphasizes precision. Students are expected to achieve high standards in translation. The second is training strings of point of grammatical rules of the target language strictly in the syllabus. The third is using the learner's mother tongue as a medium of instruction. So that the features of this GTM method. So the technique of this GTM is the first is translation of a literary passage. The next is fill in the blanks, just something like that, and reading comprehension questions, memorization, antonyms or synonyms, use word in sentence, or cognates, composition, or deductive application of rules. So that's all about the GTM that teachers can use it at their class while they're doing learning activity. So next, we're having audio-lingual method strategies, or we can say ALM. The term audiolingualism was first put forward by Professor Nelson Brooks in 1964. This method claimed to be the most effective and efficient method in learning foreign languages, and claims to be a method that has changed language teaching from just a trick to a science. Audiolingual method, or ALM, is the result of a combination of views and principles of structural linguistics, constructive analysis, oral approach, and psychology behavioristic. So next, we're having this audiolingualism method techniques. So here are the techniques if you want to apply this ALM method at the class. The first one is dialogue memorization. So just something like you can read some dialogues. You can give your students some dialect so they have to memorize it and perform it in front of the class, something like that. And then the second, backward build-up, expansion drill, repetition drill, chain drill, single slot substitution drill, multiple slot substitution drill, transformation drill, question and answer drill, use of minimal pairs, complete the dialogue, and grammar game. Just something that ALM techniques do. The next is we're having the silent way. So here are the methods that can you use if you want to teaching English language. The name is silent way. This silent way is cognitive psychologists and transformative generative language think that language learning doesn't need to be through repetition. They believe that students can create phrases that have never been heard. Furthermore, they argue that language learning is not only imitating, but language rules can help them use the language they are learning. So, there are several kind of techniques that if you want to apply the silent way at your class. The first one is sound color chart. The next is teachers and require silence. The third is peer correction. The fourth is roads. The fifth is self-correction gestures. The sixth is word chart. The seventh is vital chart, and the eighth is structured feedback. So that's the technique that you can use if you want to apply the silent way. Well, next, the communicative approaches or communicative language teaching. This method aims to make communicative competence the goal of language teaching and to develop techniques and procedures for teaching language skills based on interdependence of language and communication. The focus of this method is basically the elaboration and implementation of programs and methodologies that support functional language skills through learning participants in communicative activities. So that's the method or the strategies that teachers can use while they do teaching activities while learning, like in their English language class. So that's all I can explain to all of you about the method or the strategies that you can use while you're teaching English language at the class. I hope all of you can enjoy my video, and with my explanation you can easily understand about what does that method and strategies that mean. So thanks for your attention and thanks for watching this video. That's all from me. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.